Every time.
Whoa.
Yeah, buddy.
What is up, folks? It is Friday night, 7:30. You know what that means. It means I got to get our banners up here. There we go.
What banners?
It is time for the Panhandle Fishing Report. I'm your host, Smitty, with Smitty Surf Fishing, and with me always is my co-host.
What's going on, everybody? It is Demo from Finding Demo Surf Fishing Podcast. Welcome to the weekend, and it is going to be crunchy. I think that's the best word I can come up with right now, because that kind of explains everything that's going on.
Yeah, it's going to be a sporty weekend. You, sir, are in a different location.
Yeah. I'm hanging out in some guy's garage.
You seem to be pretty excited there.
I kind of am. Hold on. I think we have a guest.
Let's bring him on. Where's he at? There he is. Yeah. What is going on, buddy?
Oh, I was just living a dream. We're just running stuff. That's all.
Welcome to I got cheers, buddy. Nice cup.
Hey, Slanja, right to you. Unfortunately,
Chip, I saw you were out catching flounder. Was it yesterday?
Yesterday, yes, sir.
Yesterday. Nice.
They're starting to come inshore now, so my wife loves a nice flounder sandwich, so you got to make sure that you can provide,
Heck yeah.
Flounder.
That is awesome. Justin Reed, what is up, buddy?
Hey, Donnie.
Joining in.
Hey, doing?
Donnie.
Don Manning made it. Good. Glad to have you here. Don't forget, everybody, as you're seeing these, don't forget to share it out. This is always how we go every Friday, to share it. Lots of information is going to get passed on this upcoming weekend. Not to mention, we've got some other cool stuff with some captains to talk about, and some other fun stuff to really bring you down to the money side.
Yeah, Larry.
What's up,
what is going on?
And if
I have to download today's podcast. I haven't done that yet.
I was just about to shamelessly self-plug that. So yeah,
if you
guys didn't get a chance, Larry Grossman and I, we recorded a podcast recently, talked very heavily about fly fishing, and it was great. It was great knowledge for me just through that episode in itself, but lots of cool things with that. He's also going to be doing a lot more of it here in the Panhandle, so you're going to start seeing Larry pop up more about it. So if you haven't followed him yet, the Grumpy Panhandle Fisherman, make sure you're following him on all social media platforms. That way you can kind of stay up to date with what he's doing. And also maybe there'll be some classes and stuff or charters coming. I don't know. But again, who knows? But hey, stay tuned. Definitely follow him. Lots of good info on that podcast. Go check it out.
Yeah, and nailing it for being here such a short amount of time. Already catching redfish on the fly off the beach. He's posted.
That was so cool when he talked about that.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to listen to it. And just wait. Fly fishing is heating up. The summer months, I think, are the best to walk the beach with a fly rod. I love catching ladyfish on the fly rod. They're in close. A whole lot of fun. Poor man's tarpon, as we call them. But for a couple hours walking in the morning, it's a great time. We unfortunately don't get to tarpon as close in as you guys over there on the East Coast. Chip, get to tarpon in. Yeah, that's wrong coast.
Why don't you go tarpon fishing?
They'll be in the next couple weeks, and we will put out another video.
Nice. That is awesome.
We're already in the surf over here, so we're fired up.
I was watching Brian Curlett posted a video today of tons of sharks in the surf, like shallow surf over there today.
Yeah, a bunch of the big bonnet heads are in now, and then a lot of the lemons are out there too right now, just hunting. So in the shallows. So
yeah,
that's what he thought today was, right? He thought today was lemons.
That's what it looked like looking at the double dorsal that it had. That would have been nice. I wish we got them this. Well, we do, and I think we talked to Dylan before about them, about lemons up here. They do get up here, but it's not as plentiful.
We can talk. We got the good thing is we do have Dylan on tonight, so there will be some cool shark talk. There is one topic I definitely want to bring up them. And speaking of, he's in the comments. Captain Mark, good evening to you, sir. I know I want to ask Dylan about that shark that Mark caught on that recent charter. So really, really cool one. I agree with what Mark said. I think personally, with my untrained eye, it was a leopard shark.
Yep.
That's me. So it was a pretty good one. So yeah, Dylan for Captain Mark Holtz. Yeah. If you see that post, I don't know if you've seen it yet, but Mark's got some stuff on there. Carl, good evening to you. Thank you for the report this morning. That was awesome that you went live. It was in Panhandle surf fishing, so those of you who aren't in Panhandle surf fishing, you missed out on that, unfortunately. But Carl went down to the beach this morning and should have brought a lawnmower because there was so much grass.
Yeah, it was. And not I mean, it was big grass, the sargassum grass, the stuff. It's bad as it is. It's beneficial to the fishery, but man, it sucks fishing through that stuff.
We had a little here today. It's definitely crunchy on the beach today, but it was nowhere near. I mean, it wasn't as bad as I see at the Panhandle.
No, it didn't get as bad for sure. I feel sorry for you guys.
Yeah. Hey, Captain Mark, did you get anything back from your NOAA report as to what kind of shark that was?
Good call.
I know you reached out to them, but I'd like to know if they confirmed what we thought it was, because that would be awesome. Kayla, how you doing? Speaking of Captain Mark, Hopes, we went out Tuesday night to the seminar they had out at Legendary.
Oh, how was it?
You know, we talk about here on the show spreading the knowledge. Confirmed juvenile tiger, man. Wah, wah, wah.
Boo.
Boo. We were
They
hoping
don't know
for
what
the
we're
leopard.
talking about. Noah. They don't know what. They don't know anything.
Yeah, they only track all the sharks, so you know
all the sharks.
But you know, we talk about on the show passing the knowledge and everything. There's a couple of great seminars that go on in the area that are free to go to. Legendary and Half Hitch and Captain Mark at 30A Light Tackle. They do the one out there once a month. We went out there this week to check it out. It was awesome. Learned a lot. I tell you what, and this is going to roll into our question that we talk about here soon, but I learned a lot about jigging rods that I did not know previously. Okay. And, you know, we as surf fishermen use the rod, I would say, to fight the fish. You know, we want something stout that's going to bring the rod in, or that's going to bring the fish in. Jig fishing is not so. You're fighting it directly from the reel. And talking with the Shimano rep that was there, if you come up any higher than 9 o'clock or 3 o'clock, depending on which way you're fishing, you know, which side of the boat you're on, you're doing it wrong.
Really?
To bring that fish in. It's designed, the jigging rods are designed to impart action on the jig as it goes down.
Okay, so
as you're bringing it up, right, and letting it flutter back down and bring it up, it's not designed to fight the fish, which I thought was pretty interesting.
That's good knowledge.
Yeah, I mean, I learned something. So they do one hook, line, and sinker over in Pensacola. They do one on the first Monday of every month at Flounders Seafood Restaurant. You can go in there, check that out. That's a good resource for knowledge, and you get a free meal at that one. And you get a free meal at the Legendary one too. They had pizza and stuff there, so that was great. But you know, even if you think you know a lot about the topic that's going to be discussed, you can always walk away with a couple nuggets of information. They also had Tim Broom did his thing on the bottom fishing. The Garmin rep was there, how to read your electronics, which was great. Picked up a few nuggets there for even though I don't have a Garmin, I have a Lowrance on my boat, but same applied when you're looking at everything. So
hey, Surf Hippie,
it was pretty interesting. Surf Hippie, what is up, buddy?
Good evening. Yeah, so the Shimano rep, was it John? We met him at Emerald Coast Bait and Tackle.
I don't think it was the same dude though.
Oh, was it a different guy? Okay. But the guy who met at Emerald Coast surprised me with he was straightforward, really good with the info. Very impressed with the amount of knowledge that they were willing to part. Even it wasn't even a sales pitch, which was kind of nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, any of those reps that you can get that are willing to talk to you about their gear and actually just talk to you about their gear, I love those. Those are my favorite.
Absolutely.
You guys do a ton of these. So if you guys haven't found any on this one, and I'm gonna do a shameless plug, I know it's Panhandle, but if you haven't taken a look at the seminars that Chip and Spencer have put on, you're missing out on other knowledge. And that knowledge that they have for here very much so applies to the Panhandle. There is a ton of good little pieces. So if you haven't followed on those yet, go take a look at Chip's YouTube channel, the Sinker Guy. And did Spencer put it on his? I can't remember if he did. Or was it just you? Okay. So Spencer Brogdon is Broken Reel 24. Both of those have all this stuff. These seminars that you get, if we can't have them at home, which I'm working on that, Mike and I have been talking about those, same with the rest of Panhandle Surf Fishing. Take a look at what they've got on the East Coast too, because that knowledge is free. It's only going to make you a better angler.
Absolutely.
And
that's what it's all about,
which is awesome. So we do a lot of different things that you might be able to use, and that's Spencer and I fish totally different, and that's why we come together. So and that's why I love this podcast, because it's so much different than what we do here. That we've learned so much. I did catch one of the flounders on what's that?
Did you get it on the bill rig?
On the bill rig.
Did you get it on the bill rig? Nice.
Yeah. Well, what part was it?
It was the bottom.
Oh,
yeah, nice.
So,
that's awesome.
It works.
Look at that. The bill rig. That's two catches he's got now. Two.
Apparently, Bill's onto something.
Yeah.
That guy.
Well, he caught fish yesterday. I didn't catch fish yesterday. I caught a shark, but that was about it. So
that's not a fish.
It was all good. So
question.
What?
Discount
Discount codes. We have the Rogue Reels 15% off with the discount code Panhandle, all caps. That's Rob Foster at Rogue Reels. Excellent shark leaders, little redfish leaders as well. Again, I showed this last week, I think, but this was one of his redfish leaders on a 7/0 castable little 7/0 hook. Brought in a big bull shark on that one. I mean, it wasn't supposed to bring in the shark, but it brought in the shark. That's why the hook looks like that, because it's all been out almost straight. But Rob makes excellent leaders. GI Jigs is back. It ended last month. We talked to Captain LJ. He's extended the discount code, so that's still 10% off on GI Jigs. So make sure you go out there and support Captain LJ. Give him some love with those. And the Gomexis, 10% off on knobs right now.
Only knobs for now.
Only knobs for right now. But Brian and I are working with someone there to see if we can get the handles discounted for us as well. If you haven't gone out and haven't heard, they do have the new handles out for the Penn Spin Fishers and the Battles, and they are amazing.
That one of the cool things about these, and Mike and I are pretty fortunate that we got them sent to us. Mike and I are both mechanical. You guys know us about this. Me Marine, him Air Force. We both did aviation, so doing this stuff's kind of easy for us. The idea of drilling out your handle is borderline terrifying. We get that. Mm-hmm. This new handle that they have with a knob assembly, 30 seconds in, out, done. I put it on my TikTok.
10 seconds.
Yeah, 10 seconds. I buy that. I put it on my TikTok one-handed. I changed it out on my Battle 3, and it's still on my Battle 3, and I love the damn thing. I am very impressed with it. It's smooth action, and the price point between the two really doesn't, it makes sense. If you want to change the whole thing, simplified, instant, done, no problem, no questions asked.
Yeah, $20 for a knob, it's $20 for a knob or $40 for the whole handle. I'd pay the $39.95 and get the whole handle. Yeah. So much easy, and you don't have to worry about screwing up your handle or misdrilling it and having to order another one. Right now, they only have the black with black and gold inlays. They're coming out with a all gold looking handle, like the normal Spin Fishers handle looks like. But yeah, they're amazing. It makes it so much easier when you're fighting big fish coming in.
We'll see some pretty soon on Phil's on the Salt Squatch reels.
Oh yeah, Salt Squatch ordered his. We got them. We got them on my 10,000 for sure. Yeah, it's great. And as always, the Waterlands discount 15% if you order with the discount code SSF for Smitty Surf Fishing. That'll get you 15% on Waterlands sunglasses. What is up, Mr. Fagioni? How are you doing, sir?
All right. So the question of the night.
There you go.
For the captains and everyone here. And now, Ken, if you're watching, by all means, answer that. You're welcome to answer this. Question of the week: light or heavy when it comes to your tackle setups? Do you horse them in? So what you're going to have to explain that one better, but are you a horser or are you just, let me fight it? No, left hand. Sorry.
So light or heavy, there's a bunch of people watching right now. You guys let us know what your question is. I mean, what your answer is. Light or heavy, do you prefer to horse them in or do you prefer to fight the fish and finesse it in?
Fight me.
Fight me, fish. I want to fight. I like a good fight. That's always good. Justin Reed says never horse them in. Tony's finesse. Makes sense.
Are you
Larry?
You never horse. You're
heavy. Keeps our fish happy and back home quicker.
I'm absolutely pompano. I will finesse big redfish when we're on them. We get them to the beach, get them unhooked, but we put the drag on them, and when we know what it is. So
yeah,
redfish, we're trying to keep them alive. So we make sure that we tighten the drag down and head shakes and get them in. So everything else.
Let's see. Donnie Wimpleberg says, "I'm a northerner, and we use the rod to horse the fish in."
you guys do. I'll give you that.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Northern, so you guys ice fish. There's no horsing them in when ice fishing. That's way north. That's the great north.
You can horse a catfish all day. He doesn't care, that damn zombie. He's just going to come back and bite it again.
Yeah.
Freaking jerk. I caught one today. I didn't hoist my flag, but I caught one. There
you go. So I heard Chip's answer. If it's pompano and everything, then you're going to finesse them in because you're going to you're going to throw them in the cooler anyway. Redfish that you want, something that you want to lessen the mortality on, bringing it in, you're going to horse that fish in, revive it, and get it right back out into the surf.
Yeah. What about you, Smitty? What do you do?
The same thing I do. It depends on the application. So sharks, on my shark charters, we horse them in. Lock the drag down, get the shark in, get it back out, revive it, get it back out quickly as we can, because it's all about the fish. Everything else, I use runt rods. I love my 4.6 super duper ultralight. That's great on a 500 reel. If I can catch a pompano on that or a whiting, that's amazing. It's a good fight. It's like a super light brim buster, basically, is what it is.
You're just evening the odds when you're fighting with that one. It's like, all right, let's really go.
Exactly. On a little sabiki hook, something tiny. That's a challenge, that's fun.
Mark's got a good one there. And I think this is going to change too for the offshore side versus the surf side and in the inshore. I think this is going to make a difference. So with Donnie, I get that. Mark, on my boat, light rods, lockdown drag. Some of these reels don't have much drag. But back to your fighting to the reel comment, though. Okay. Gary Hafner, how are you, dude?
Hey, Gary, what's up? That's real quick before we move on. That's the other thing that the Shimano rep was talking about is, most of your jigging rods are only like 20, 25 pounds of drag max. So that's what you're jigging and fighting the fish with. And you're almost just pointing that rod tip right at that fish and bringing it in. It's crazy. Anyway, sorry.
No, it's a good point.
Yeah.
Those things I'm still learning about, so I have nothing on that one. Gary, with Tony on the runt. Yep, Captain Justin Thomas. Always light, no horsing unless I'm punching mats or throwing a frog. Okay.
Yeah, so he's freshwater fishing for bass. So he's dropping. Because you're like, okay, whatever. But
I don't know the words that are coming out of your mouth.
so basically, what Justin Thomas is saying is if he's bass fishing,
okay.
Unless he needs something like 60-pound braid or whatever to pull that big fish through all the cover that's coming up through, or if he's just bringing a frog across the top of those mats into the lily pads, you're going to want something that's going to be able to handle that. So you're going to want to hook them and horse them in right away.
For those of you that don't know, if you've never ever met me, when freshwater fishing, this guy sucks. Like hardcore. You could put me in a stocked pond, I still wouldn't catch. That's how bad my travels went. You can ask the wife; she'll happily tell you that was rough. Thankfully, I'm a much better angler in the surf. Thank God.
Yeah, thankfully for the fish, right? The fish are happy for that too.
They just laugh at me. No, it's cute. You can't catch me. All right, we are 20 minutes into the game.
Nice. What we got next? Let's see.
Well,
we got our giveaway.
Free stuff.
And I forgot it. I need someone to go grab.
Jack.
I know Jack. Where's he at? Jack.
Okay.
Can you go look and grab that Gomexus knob out of my closet? Thank you. All right. I'm in his room, so I'm like, hey, go kick him out of the room.
The computer this time.
Go grab that for me. But we have our giveaway. So everyone who participated last week in the My Biggest Catch #Panhandle Fishing Report went into the drawing, and we're going to be showing that live here in just a second. we'll do our drawing with everybody, and this will be for a Gomexus knob. Thank you, sir. This will be for Gomexus handle. It's a nice chromey.
Is that the chromey? Is that the multicolor?
Yeah. Well, it's the multicolor, so it gets a little chromatic at whatever that word is. It gets very colorful at the top. So whatever that means.
So that's the one I have on my Shimano. Love that one.
Yeah.
Feels really nice, and it looks great in the sun. So
yeah,
like I feel a little pop.
So that'll be this week's giveaway, and we'll just go ahead real quick while we got everybody's name in, and we'll go do that right now. Let's share screen. I know. Share screen.
Gimme. Nice, Erica. That's a funny one.
Erica.
Drum. I'd be happy to catch a puffer. Couple of weeks ago. Yeah, that's fair. We've been having some
this. Okay. And we got this. Here's our wheel spin. Okay, so this is everyone who's entered, who gave us a comment. We got Vernon Eiler on there, Justin Reed, Cheyenne Rebecca, Larry Grossman, Mark Burford.
You kind of need the spinny wheel.
Nathaniel Warren, Mike Responte, Bradley Rogers, Micah Robbins, and Jason Robertson.
Oh, you are such an alpha that you can read upside down.
That's me, man. Here we go. We're going to spin the wheel and see where it lands.
I really want to get the spinning wheel thing, like for the next giveaway.
There you go. It's going up. Bradley Rogers.
Bradley.
Congratulations, Bradley.
Yes,
message us afterwards. There we go. Total names was 10, and there's your pick time. So
you even got a trophy.
Yeah. So nice. Bradley, we'll hook you up. I'll message you. I got your comment on Facebook there. Where's stop share? There we go. Got your message there. What's that? I'm talking out loud to myself, man.
It's all good. I was just like, where are you going? What screen are you going to?
Yeah. So we'll get that out to you. Congratulations, Bradley. Now, for next week, we do have another giveaway going next week.
We do.
We will be giving a GI Jigs prize package away. Okay?
5 or 4. Can't remember.
There's a couple of them we're going to give away.
We're doing the stacks. Oh,
yeah, we're doing stacks. Yeah. So,
all day.
And for that one, to be eligible to win, all you have to do is share this broadcast onto your wall. All right. We got to see you sharing our broadcast out there, getting the word out about Panhandle Fishing Report.
With that, do not put it, and this is something that matters to this. It's not a Brian's being a dick.
Right.
About the terminology. When you share it, it has to be a public share, because if you do a private share, we can't see it. So your name won't come up at all. So it's very important that you do the public share.
Right. A little drop down when you go up there, and if you're un-Facebook savvy, message me. I'll tell you how to do it. But you just click the drop down and make it a public share and get the message out there, get the broadcast out there. So great. Congratulations, Bradley. We'll get that out to you.
Good stuff.
Question of the week, we already talked about weather. Let's hit weather real quick, and then we're on to captains. Am I still sharing? No, not yet.
Nope, you're not sharing.
Share. File share. Window.
I did that 20 minutes ago. I'm disqualified.
What's that?
Larry.
Oh, we don't need to see that. There we go. All right, weather. It's not looking all that bad. Honestly, temperatures are going to be great. Sunny. We got no rain in the forecast, although we got a hell of a storm at 5 o'clock this morning.
I heard.
I had my boat hatches open, and so that wasn't good for all my tackle, but that's another story.
The freshwater rinse.
Yeah, right. Complied with. Sign that one off. Saturday, tomorrow is looking pretty good. West-northwest winds at 15. Although first thing in the morning, I'm pretty sure they're just going to be northwest winds, and then it'll shift around and come back. Sunday, northwest winds at 8, not looking bad. Monday, southeast at 10 or 12. East, southeast at 10. Like, all of these are looking good. I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
I'm not happy with how hot it's going to be, but that it is what it is.
I don't want to talk about heat right now.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's 90 and something over here in Jacksonville, so I'm looking forward to our temperatures back home. I will admit that.
Yeah, but the lows dropping down in the 60s at night. That's going to be comfortable.
Yep, and it won't hurt our water temperature, which is great because the water temperature is still rising. So we are right on track with our normal kind of yearly thing, if you will, as that goes. Got mine going here. Share screen. Yes, share screen. There we go. So good old windy.com. You guys know I love this thing. So backing up, we are here right now. We are at Friday at 6 p.m. This is your current wind forecast. We are lobbing the dropper right kind of in the middle of the zone here. As you can see, the colors always correspond with the bottom rail. So running through, you got 16 knots running 7. That's 3 a.m., 4, 5, 6, 7 in the morning. Looking good. Getting a little tail. Now coming to the afternoon, I'm pausing it here. This is 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday. As you saw, it went from nice, blew off. Now you're getting that crosswind. So keep that in mind. We know about all the grass. It's very heavy. Hopefully this wind does a nice push to get it away. I hate to say that to you, Destin. Hopefully it kicks it all the way across and knocks it over here into the old Perry region. So coming down into the evening, still holds it at about 14. In the evening, it gets cools off and slows down. Coming into the morning on Sunday, if my computer didn't freeze, thank you. 4, 5, 6, 7 in the morning. You got 9 knots off the tail. It's time for those long casts.
Yeah.
Get them out there. And then you get into the swirly bowl. 5 o'clock in the evening, it turns back into your face at 10. So really not too bad. The winds are good. The waves, it's not even worth really showing you. The waves are tiny and not a bad deal. It's going to really be decent one. So just be prepared for that. Don't forget sunscreen. And don't forget all that one. Did y'all see the Sargassum Weed report? Yes, Mark, I'm bringing that up at the end of the show. We have something for that. Absolutely. Was not happy about that.
Yeah, not at all. All right, so let's jump into – we got a new captain this week.
We do.
We got a new inshore captain. Chris Schubert's joining us, giving the inshore report. Give Bill and Justin a break. Now they're not back-to-back. We finally got another one to join the team. Chris has been guiding and down in the Keys for 20-some years and moving up here to Panama City. Looking forward to getting back in business and going here up in the Panama City area. So that's good. We'll have him on in just a second. We got new guy Brad who's going to be bringing us our offshore report, and we'll have Mr. Dylan Wier bringing us the surf and a little bit of offshore and some sharking report. So without further ado, let's get into our offshore with new guy Brad. What's happening, buddy?
Smitty, what's up, Demo? How y'all doing?
Doing well, sir.
How are you?
Even though we got a new captain, we're going to keep the new guy Brad just because it just fits, man.
That's fine with me, man. It's been a long, busy week. It's tiring, but it was fun. It's been a good one, that's for sure.
Yes, it has. What have you guys gotten into this week?
We wore the mangroves out pretty much all week. Got some nice banjo triggers. Still catching lionfish about every trip out there. Got some nice AJs. A few kings are starting to show up. A few kingfish, but we got into some lane snappers the other day. But the mangroves have been chewing. They've been a little temperamental. One day they like live bait, and the next day they won't cut bait or something dead. But it just changes by the hour out there. It's crazy. We went out and tore the mangroves up one day, and then come back out the next day and stop by that same spot for a few minutes. It was nothing but amberjack. So it's just never.
I'm gonna need to know where that spot is.
Yeah,
you can let our viewers know.
Because get with me after the show.
Okay.
CPS coordinates, please. Mike, are you? Oh, you're trying to bring the pictures up because you added your screen to the share to the.
Oh, that's not what I wanted to do.
I was going to wonder what side are we looking at?
There's been a lot of almacos too. The almacos have been biting really well. Also, the almaco.
They get some big ones. I've seen a lot of reports up and down for the rest of the thing on.
There we go.
There it was. Yep.
There we go.
That was a good day. The almacos, I had one. I was reeling in a free line with a bait on it and saw about a 20-25 pounder shoot bite. Of course I paused. He wouldn't come back, but it was a good week. We filled the box, caught a nice 25+ pound snapper. That was a good mangrove right there.
Yeah, you definitely got on out there.
Oh yeah, those keeper triggers, double mangroves. They caught them at the same time. It's a great family from Nashville.
Nice. Yeah, you guys are definitely on the fish this week.
Oh yeah, the jacks were chewing.
That's
a big old banjo.
Yeah, it is.
That's funny. He actually ate at the bottom. Usually we catch those mid column or so.
Yeah.
We snatched him off the bottom, which kind of goes into the horsing and I like light tackle personally, what I can get away with, but that was a good red snapper.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, no, and those are just a few. It was a busy week, but I like it when they keep me busy. That means the fish are chewing. So we stayed on it. But my thing with the light tackle, I want to go light as I can anytime. I enjoy fighting the fish, but it depends specifically on what fish I'm catching. Like if I'm out trolling for kings or something, I hang a kingfish. You can't horse them; they have soft mouths. You'll rip the hook. And it's funny, those kings, they like to run at you real fast at the boat, and they'll slack the line. I'm yelling at people, real, as fast as you can. Right. Because if you let them slack and then they pull tight, they'll rip it out. They're smart. As we say all the time, they don't get big for no reason. Yeah. But now if we're amberjack fishing, of course, I'm going to try to horse them. And a lot of times you have no choice. We laugh all the time and go, do you have the fish or does the fish have you? Because a lot of times they've got you. They're just so strong. But if I'm fishing something like that, I'm heavier. But usually on the boat, we always take light tackle, and I'll even joke with clients. I'm like, you want to try to get one of those red snappers on like an ultralight, just for you might not get them, but it's still fun. I'll retie you. So we'll mix it up, but I always have light jigs. So if we roll by, the sargassum mats are out there now. We've been throwing at them and hitting them, but we haven't found anything on them quite yet. But we have those ready, because if you don't have those ready and you roll by, if the fish are there, they're not always going to be there for long, and you don't have forever just to tie up a bunch. So we're already prepared. So I've got the light rods, and then with a good 5,000-6,000 series, that's pretty much all around. I can go do pretty much anything I want to do out there. And then we also have the 50 wide over in the corner, just in case, Jaw shows up or we want to go play or something, we have something to handle it. So just kind of, we're diverse as far as whatever the situation is. And same thing with inshore, it just depends on the fish. If I've got a trout on, I'm not going to horse it. I want to get them in with that soft mouth. But like I was talking about earlier with a redfish, if I'm near dock structure or something like that, I'm going to horse him before he breaks me off. And like you said, to get them back and get them revived and all. But we make sure all our fish, if unless they're throat hook, at all costs, we try to watch them swim back off safe. And if I'm personally fishing them big ones, those are the ones I'm not keeping. I'm putting them back to breed. And those are the big breeders.
Right.
Yes, sir. But
I don't know if I could. I mean, amberjack that's a crazy fish. I don't know if you could catch one of them on an ultralight.
Nah, it's a funny story. Not necessarily an ultralight rod, it was a lighter rod. I actually saw my buddy catch a 29-inch amberjack on one of the sabiki rigs that are like 20-pound squid sabiki rigs. Yeah, he was dropping down to catch some bait and hung a dang amberjack. And I'm laughing at him. He's like, oh no. He comes up. I told him, just for giggles, I'm gonna go measure this just to see exactly how big that was on that sabiki rig. Just the fact you caught it on a sabiki rig.
Absolutely.
It was a shocker. But they're my favorite to play with, and they've been eating at the surface and mid column. And the first 2 days ago, you couldn't drop a bait without it getting hit. And then yesterday started off a little bit slow. And as the morning went on, it's like the bite really picked up. When you see boats moving around out there everywhere, it's kind of tough. And then we, last couple of hours, we hit a few spots on the way back, and they really turned on. But all morning we were marking fish. I mean, they were stacked up. They just wouldn't eat. And then we just kept grinding. And that's when we got on all those big mangroves and all. But they're out there. You just got to keep grinding away till you figure out what they want that day.
Absolutely. We're seeing
on your boat.
What's that?
We'll just go out on a charter with you and have that fun.
There you go.
We need y'all turn in cell phones at arrival. No, I'm just kidding. Demo, I'm on to your tricks now.
You're worried about the guy that doesn't have a boat?
Man, you're more welcome. We'll go out anytime, brother. It ain't no secret. There's enough fish out there for everybody to catch.
Absolutely.
But
we're seeing a lot of reports right now of big mangrove. Sean Lawless posted a nice 21-incher that he caught. Capt. Mark posted a picture of some big mangroves that are out there right now. It's and I didn't think May was a big mangrove season.
To be honest with you, everything's been weird too. We're starting to get fish showing up. We're getting fish showing up that's not supposed to be this far north, and you don't see it here. You know, I'm hearing rumors of this scene, and I actually talked to a biologist the other day and said, they report 2 or 3 snook caught every year up here. And if it wasn't coming out of the FWC biologist's mouth, I'd be going, whatever, man. But no kidding. You just never, ever know. But really and truly, last year and so far this year, the mangrove bite's been excellent. Before that, it was hit or miss. You could go get on them, but you just had to be right spot, and really, really find them. But here the last year, it's just like the pompano bite. 3 to 5 years ago, it was on fire, and then there was a couple of years where it wasn't as hot, and then this year's been great. So that's kind of the way the mangs have been also.
That's awesome. And reports that tarpon are showing up already, which is a little early. Like I thought they didn't become June, going into July, but there's reports already of tarpon being seen off the piers. None caught yet. But
like I say, it's a little early. It's a little early. June they fire up. That's usually when they go into spawn and all. But they it's like I said, it might be 2 or 3 weeks early, but it all follow that water temperature. That's basically the water's warming up and the fishing is too. Everything's starting to catch fire.
Yeah, it is. It is great. Well, man, you guys have been on them. If people want to go out with you and leave their cell phones at home,
no, they don't have to. I'll take pictures for you on your phone. I'll take your picture for you on your phone. I was just teasing Demo. It is what it is. Like I say, you're more than welcome anytime. But it's FishTime Fishing Charters. We're gonna hit it hard again in the morning. 4 a.m.'s coming early, but
it does.
I wake up angry every morning, and I hit the water, and it all just goes away somehow magically. And just,
I know. It's
you're all
crazy
happy
how that
again.
works.
Yes, sir. That adrenaline kicks in. Yep. But
that is awesome. We appreciate you staying up with us tonight.
No worries,
give folks
man.
the report. Let them know what they're hitting on. And,
yes, sir.
And we look forward to getting you back on here. If folks want to book a trip on FishTime Charters, how do they get with you?
FishTime.net online or FishTime Fishing Charters. Yep, either one will work. And it has availability calendar and everything else on there. The site will kind of guide you through step by step. And all you do is just go on there. You put $100 deposit that guarantees and locks your date in, and then you show up and bring what snacks and drinks. And I even take requests on songs. I listen to it all.
There you go.
We'll jam out whatever your genre is, and you'll have a great day. Yes, sir.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate you joining us tonight, man.
Thanks for having us on. Good luck, Demo, in your tournament, buddy.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate you. I'll talk to you when I get home.
Awesome.
Tight line, Smitty. See you.
See you, buddy.
Always good to have him on. Always
fun. Yeah, it is. It is always good. We got some folks joining us now. Who we got here? Rob Foster. Welcome, buddy. Thanks for watching.
Hey. Good evening, Rob. I got one of your rigs tied up for tomorrow for the tournament. It's my super secret weapon, hopefully.
Nice.
Got a good plan for the HD rig. It's going to be good.
Yeah. That'll do you well, I think. Justin Reed says 20-inch trout go back for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah. Hey,
Cliff. What is going on? Green Get 'em rigs. If you guys haven't seen those yet or heard about them, go check out Green Get 'ems. They definitely catch. We use those, alternate in there, get them into rotation. But those Cliff is he works out there in Texas, came back to the Panhandle just to fish the tournament and caught some monster pompano.
He did, as always.
And a lot of pompano in a couple days where everybody else was kind of struggling a little bit. So, and that's all he uses is those Green Get 'ems.
Yep. Oh, so Cliff, don't forget to put in here in the comments where we can get them, also known as I need more. You need to take my money.
There you go.
So good to see you there, Mark. Flatline season. Okay, so that is that definitely from the time here, because we got a lot of stuff going after that. And I know the offshore guys are doing a lot more of the trolling on the way out. It wouldn't shock me if they've dropped it a knot or two to really get on them there. Bruce, thanks guys. Learn something new every week. That's awesome, man. That's what we're here for. That right there. I'm good.
Yep.
I'm good the rest of the night right now.
Show's over. Thanks for joining in, everybody. We'll see you next week. No, it's that's absolutely why we do this. It's all about passing the knowledge and make sure everybody can get out there and catch fish, whether it's inshore, offshore, or on the surf and pier. All right, so let's jump to our next guy.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, you've never met this guy, but you're going to see a lot of him. He's got quite of a long past of history, or a long history of fishing, really well known, and now we own him in Florida. Welcome, Captain Chris.
Jim, what's up?
What's up? Oh, he's got goodies. Yes, we like show and tells.
Ooh,
Gotta wait. What's up, guys?
Cliff. Who's that ugly guy behind me, Cliff? Well, I don't know. It's
the sinker guy. Come on, man.
Call me after. We'll talk. All right. So, Chris, you have finally made it down to the Panhandle.
Took a little while, but I'm excited to be here. Thank you, guys.
Oh man, it's going to be so good. So you've definitely been fishing a long time.
I have.
I have heard a lot about you from Smitty's talked about you, and the guy that you're kind of close to. He's talked about you a little bit last week.
Oh, Flo. Yeah, so, good guy.
Tell us. I mean, Smitty's going to have to take the anchor here. All I know is to say is just.
No, you're good. Long story short, I came from Florida Keys, fished for peacock bass back in the day, flamingo. Did it for almost 20 years. Took a little break and decided to come back into it. Met up with Flo, Captain Chris Florence from FishTime Charters last year. Been friends for 20 years. I had the opportunity to come down here to be an inshore guy, and I jumped on it. So I'm here.
Nice.
And you're going to be working together with.
Yes, sir. Yep, I sure will. Yep. So, Chris does the offshore. I'll do the inshore. It's definitely my bread and butter. I love being out in the backcountry catching reds and trout. And, shout out to Justin Thomas from Flat Spot Charters. Took me underneath his wings. We've been playing in the bayous, and we've done real well lately. I've been doing a lot of homework, and I'm excited to get you guys out there too.
So with the homework you've been doing, what do we got? What's been going on in there? What you got?
Yep. So redfish is starting to kick in pretty good. I've been on a sea trout bite real good. Most of the numbers that I've been catching are literally 19+ inch fish right now, which is huge for me. That's positive. That means a lot of people are releasing the bigger ones so they can breed again. I'm all about the release over 20. I did a little fun trip for the neighbors who I just met, and they flew in from Colorado. This is just a fun family trip. And the first cast was 24 inches. I mean, an absolute giant. So I'm finding some really good fish right now. Like I said, this is the little secret that I'm going to show you guys. Live bait's good right now. Don't get me wrong. The live shrimp, popping cork, I'm all about that. But if you can get a client on an artificial, that's a game changer, 100%. So, the reds and the trout right now, water temp's great. You're 75+ degrees. If we can keep this east wind out of here, we're all in good shape right now.
Wow. Nice.
So
let's talk about that. Let's talk about that secret weapon.
Yeah, we're both thinking quit screwing
me.
So right here, this is called pulse fishing. Some of you guys, I'm sure, have seen it before. So this has got a little plastic lip on it right here. So it's bendable, which makes it weedless. This is nice to run it through in the back of the bayou through the grass. You don't have to worry about getting stuck. And it's got an erratic movement, like it wobbles. Basically, you can call this a wake bait. The redfish and the trout will absolutely wear this out. I don't know a lot of guys using it in this area. They may not talk about it, but I'm going to talk about it because it works, and I want you guys to try it too. So this company is out of South Carolina. His name's Jeremy Wynn. If you go to pulsefishinglures.com, he'll give you 15% off. Anything over $50, free shipping. All you got to do is put in Captain Schubert 15, and he'll get you hooked up. They have every color: albino, shad green, smoky. You can get, it's a 2-pack jig heads right here. Galvanized color. You can get white. I'm telling you guys, for a soft plastic. I talked to Jeremy this morning. Gave me a really cool testimony. He was bass fishing last week, fishing the tournament. Let's see. I'm trying to remember Santee Cooper or Lake Lanier.
Jeremy's going to be mad at you because
he is.
He's so mad.
He's
I hope so.
Because that's what happens when people highlight these.
Yes, sir.
Hold on. So it was pulsefishinglures.com?
Yes, sir. Pulsefishinglures.com.
And what was the discount code?
Yep. Put in Captain Schubert, my last name, SCHUBER 15. And I'm telling you guys, these lures, he caught 50 bass on it last week, one plastic. I repeat, 50 bass, one plastic. That's a lure you want to keep in your tackle box for sure.
So Rob Foster just commented in, and he says, that's great action. Caught lots of stripers on Lake Murray with those.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yep. It is basically an all species plastic. I mean, they got some killer colors. White River Special. I mean, look at that purple flake. You tell me you try to redfish, won't eat that? We're in the wrong business. So it is. It's a killer plastic. And again, it's a bait you can put on for your clients, and they're not going to get bored throwing it because it has such a cool action to it. You know, clients, we love to use live bait, but again, it goes back to artificial. And I'll tell you, I'm light and fight. I love watching people catch fish. I don't mind if they're catching a 15-inch sea trout and it burns 25 yards. That's the excitement that makes them want to come back and do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, but yeah, so that's been doing real good. And I'm gonna throw this out there. And I know Justin Thomas and Flo are gonna think I'm nuts, and Smitty, you and I talked about this the other day.
Yep.
Right there, boys.
That's it.
That is the Mirror Mirrodine. That is the hot pink. Sometimes me and JT call it electric chicken. I do not leave home without this or that bait. I'm telling you right now, you guys will not catch me out on the water without these two baits, 100%. So, like I said, it's going really good. I've been spending a lot of time on the water between East Bay and West Bay. Homework every day for me. And like I said, I'm looking forward to being here and excited to see what the future holds.
That's awesome.
Glad to have you here, man. That was some awesome knowledge right there. I mean, way to come out the gate swinging, bro.
Heck yeah.
Really?
Just come out dropping the knowledge.
One of them things. So, yeah, super excited.
Way better than Justin, man. Way better than the stuff Justin's been putting out.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I can say that because Justin's here watching.
Yeah, he's cool. We fish a lot together. Yeah, we got a pretty cool team going on here in Panama City. So it's awesome.
That's good, man. We were talking about it not too long ago. It's one of the great things in the Panhandle. A lot of this, we may be in competing businesses, but man, we all talk to each other. We're all close. We all know each other. It's one of the greatest parts about it.
Yep, about helping each other. That's right. We're a big fishing community, and that's how it needs to be.
Good stuff.
So let me ask you real quick.
Yeah.
Coming up from the Keys and then fishing here in Panama City, what's been the biggest learning curve for you?
Biggest learning curve for me is probably fishing more of what you call a bayou area. I mean, it's very similar for redfish and trout down south. You're dealing obviously with a little bit different weather conditions. You do have your major cold snaps. Obviously, you're not going to have your abundance of catching snook because they're rarely around. I'm a big tarpon fisherman, so that's going to be my next point I'm going to start fishing on. But, down south, that's year round.
Yeah.
I mean, there's really not a time. So, I'm still comfortable with fishing turtle grass and stuff like that. There's not a lot of difference to it, but when it does come to weather change, it does tend to shut them down and they get a little bit more lethargic. Being down south, you're 80, 85 degree weather all the time. It's always on fire. So did we get spoiled down there? 100%. Am I going to put in 110% here? I'll make it happen.
There you go. That's what we like to hear. That's awesome, brother.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Great addition to the team. Great addition to the team.
Thanks for coming on. We appreciate it.
Thanks.
Good. I'm good.
I like it.
Already ordering. Look at him.
Excellent. Well, like I said, I don't think anybody will be disappointed with it. It's just one of those baits you just need to keep in your box for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
I'm gonna have to jump on here afterwards and get some because I need to
good.
get my inshore game going again.
There you go. Well, like I said, you guys need to find some time, get down here, and let's go wet some lines together.
Absolutely.
We do.
Awesome, buddy. Well, we appreciate you coming on here, and we're looking forward to you getting up and running over there. And once you do, we'll have you back on here for more reports, and then get folks over there plugging the website and getting some charters in there with you.
Yep, sounds great. Yeah, Facebook, Instagram, Say When Charters.
Awesome, brother.
All right,
Well,
all right, thanks, guys. Y'all have a great evening.
Thanks, Chris. We'll see you next time.
Again, great addition to the team, man. He's
it was good.
Again, it's all about dropping that knowledge, making sure everybody can go out there and catch fish. I mean, that's what it's about. Justin Thomas says way better. Larry Grossman, I need this guy on my side in a bar fight. What?
Interesting.
Yeah, wouldn't be a bad guy to have on your side, I guess.
It's scrappy. I like it.
Scrappy. Cliff Gardner, teamwork makes the dream work all day long. Panhandle guys do it the best. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's all one big happy family. And that's what, we said this last week, but that's what we love about the tournaments and the weigh-in. Like the weigh-in last week or 2 weeks ago, was it? Yeah, was way more fun than fishing the tournament, I think. hanging out with everybody, talking and just sharing stories and getting to know everybody that was the best part to me.
Yeah, that's what Brian Curlett said to me. That we were texting back and forth. He's like, it's like one big family reunion. Every time we go to a weigh-in, it's just like, hey.
Absolutely. Yeah. I just wish I could have made it over there with you guys, but you guys are gonna do good tomorrow. I know it.
I hope so.
It's gonna be some good fish. All right.
Ready?
It's been a while since we had this guy on with us.
I've missed his face.
I know, I miss his face. We're excited to have him. Mr. Dylan Wier. What is up, buddy?
What's up? What's up? How y'all doing?
Good, man. It's good to see you.
Oh, dude, it's good to be here, man. It's good to be here. It's like coming home for a little bit, you know?
There you
It's
go.
been a while.
Yeah. Well, I enjoyed it. I mean, hell, we saw you a few weeks ago. You were out running a charter. So it was good to see you were out there crushing it as usual, like you always do.
Just getting after it, man. I saw you and I was like, no way, it's Demo. It's Demo. Then the whole crew showed up. Everybody showed up. Absolutely. Justin was in there, so.
It was great. We got to block you in on the left, so you didn't have to worry. It's like, hey, that one shark, can you reel it?
Yeah, man.
Bring that
man.
Good stuff. What's the bite been like, buddy?
Well, if we're talking shark-wise, it's been good. It's been hot. I know you guys are talking about the sargassum. I know for the surf fishing guys, it's a little bit different game that you guys are having to deal with as far as when sargassum comes in. Now, June grass, I'm not going to say somebody has it worse, but 700 yards worth of line, cleaning off grass, of that stuff, But I think the surf guys have it worse for sargassum than the shark guys do, because really we can run, if it's sargassum time, basically what I'm doing is I'm running heavy weights as if it's big waves and big current, even if it's calm. Yeah. And if you get piles of sargassum, I mean, you just take that rod tip, drop it down and pop it up almost like you're slow pitch jigging, and that braid will cut right to that sargassum. I mean, we hooked up any shark we've hooked up to that has a bunch of that sargassum line on. As soon as you come tight to that fish, we don't bring any sargassum in at all. It can be thick as all get out, but that braid coming tight on 30, 40, 50, 60 pounds of drag, or even coming tight to that weight, it takes 10, 15 pounds to pop that weight loose. We don't really have to deal with sargassum. Now, surf fishing guys, you guys throw out the sinker guy, you're throwing out his sinkers, you pop your surf rod, you're going to pop the weight. That's what they're designed to do. So you're not really able to do that same style to get away from the sargassum. So I think in this term of sargassum, you guys maybe have some more challenges from the beach, but it won't affect you shark fishing wise. So.
Nice. I'm going to add some of your pictures here.
Yeah. You've been only kind of getting on it.
Yeah, so this was a trip. This is a one-day trip we made the other day. Actually, that picture right there, I've got that jig right here, and I wanted to share a little bit with you guys. I know you guys were just getting some knowledge on some new lures, but what we always try to do is we get we're very fortunate. We get to travel the country, and we're going to Alaska in June, July. We're going to California. We're going to fish Canada for a little while, and something that I always try to really, really cue in on. And when you guys are talking about going to these seminars, you may know about slow pitch jigging. Mm-hmm. And then you go to the seminar and you can pick up that one thing where it's like the rod can't fight the fish, the reel fights the fish. Right. And this is something we picked up from our West Coast guys, and they're talking about these surface irons. And so basically this is a Sightless 7X surface iron. It's a 3-ounce aluminum iron. And basically what they do, it's for yellowtail. And these guys absolutely rave about it. It's for bluefin tuna and yellowtail. And my original thought was using it on the tuna grounds, but we were getting a chance to go offshore Thursday to the AJ grounds. And I thought, dude, AJ, yellowfin or yellowtail, they're the same thing. They're the exact same species. They're just different coast, same feeding habits, aggressive, same fight, stuff like that. So that picture right there, I'm not going to, hide any secrets or whatever, because everyone knows where that spot is. It's the 1.5 3 mile spot pyramids. You can see the condos in the background. Yeah. It's right. That was 2.5 miles off the beach, and that was a 36.5 inch AJ. And it came up and ate that surface iron 10 feet from the boat. And you guys were talking about your topic for the day for our captains. Do you horse them or do you fight the light tackle? And I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, the way you throw these surface irons is I was using my 8-foot black hole rod on a Daiwa Catalina with 70 pounds. It's like a PE5. And I like to fight the fish. Everyone loves some drag screaming. Don't get me wrong. Your first captain talked about it perfectly. I think it's, everyone likes to fight the fish. And a lot of times if you can get away with the lightest thing, you get more bites that way. But
right.
I'll tell you what, man, that AJ right there on an 8-foot popping rod was basically how you throw these surface irons. You throw it as far as you can, let it sink down to a 45 degree, and you just point the rod and slow reel. And I'm talking the walk and wobble of that surface iron.
Really?
It's unreal. If you guys just like literally anybody watching, you get done tonight, go to YouTube. Everybody loves a little bit of YouTube. Type in surface iron, California surface iron, bluefin tuna. And those guys have a super cool technique that I have never seen here. And we ordered some jigs, and it was lights out yesterday. And so, but yeah, when that AJ hit, man, next to the boat, I had kingfish drag on because we threw, and we had a couple kingfish sky through those surface irons too, which was super cool. But I never got to plug one. When I saw that AJ come big mouth, swallow that jig up, I went from 5-10 pounds for kingfish to lock. And I'm telling you, this today I'm walking around like old guy with a cane. My lower back hurts so bad, but that guy got locked down, and he wasn't getting an inch. He may have taken a couple inches, but I gave him all I had, and so that's what got him to the boat. But I definitely enjoy a long fight if I can. But Smitty was talking about earlier too, shark game. We don't mess around with them. We don't jack around with them. We put the beans to them. So we found some gags as well. We found a couple grouper that day. We found actually weirdest thing, like an 8-inch snowy grouper and an 8-inch little red grouper, little fire truck. But we didn't obviously know legal size. Threw the gag back, not in season, fun day. And then Blaine got the sight cast a cobia with a little live bait there in state waters. So he was 33.5. So you guys were talking about the regulations changing. So we got to sneak that guy in, and we even got stopped by FWC. So FWC boarded our boat, and he's like, "Where's that cobia? Whatever." And I said, it's 33.5. And his question is, "How sure are you on that measurement?" And I was like, "I'm very sure." So he got the board out, man. He got the board out and was like, "Hey, it's good. You're good to go." So, and then if you go back a couple pictures, that surf rig is one, another kind of different rig that we use around here. It's a guy it's a West Coast style kind of deal again. Really, it's the easiest way to explain it because you can't really see much in the picture. I couldn't find one before the show started, but a lot of people right now are liking the cast out bite. It's picking up. There's black tips around. You got the sharp nose, the black nose, spinner shark, and stuff like that. And that's a solid rig. It's on terrafirmatackle.com, but it's called a pulley rig. So basically, you've got your weight on one side at the end, ideally. And then you've got your hooks on the other side, and then there's a swivel that slides the length of that leader. So if you can make an 8-foot leader, you tie to that sliding swivel, and then if you match your weight with your bait up, they sit just like a big U. So you can cast an 8-foot leader at 4 foot of length, and then when you reel it tight, it's a cheating premise of slide baiting, I guess, but not really. And then that's something else that I don't have a picture of, but we've been doing a lot of that. It's Smitty and I were kind of messaging about it for the show. There's some casting spots that are coming hot, and we won't talk about them too much. But the casting bite, if any type of maybe your sinker guy might know the East Coast, but slide baiting is something that people need to be doing more around here. Even if it's for redfish, slide bait fishing is a big West Coast style thing. I know some guys do it on the East Coast. But if you guys want, like even just redfish guys, you don't even have to be a shark fishing guy. Slide baiting, check it out. Do the same thing. Do a YouTube search. But basically, you cast your weight, and any of you guys, if you go to a football field, you tie on a 4-ounce sinker, you can cast a 4-ounce sinker. To heaven almost, and then it's like, oh my gosh, then you put your weight and your baits and your stuff on there. And it's like, why doesn't it go as far? Well, that's what you do. Slide baiting, you take your weight, you cast it as far as you can. Of course, that thing slings. You take a non-return slide, which is basically like a big curly Q thing, slide onto your line and slide it down your line. And if you work your rod tip real slow back and forth, it'll slide all the way down to your weight. And then you're good to go, but you're going to cast a lot further. So slide baiting is something that I think, I like to try to bring different techniques around from different places, and that's the two I would share with you guys this week is check out surface irons for offshore fishing, and then check out slide baiting for any type of casting rigs and stuff like that.
Does it helicopter, or does the fulcrum, as the balance is perfect, the balance just kind of holds it right there? Yeah,
so it's the non-return slides have a weird they have the line. They have a slight circle, and then they're going to go to your leader, 4 foot of cable or, whatever mono you want for redfish. And then that curly Q where you're going to put your line in and kind of wrap it in until it slides to the middle. Yeah. It has a weight on the bottom, so it's going to slide directly down. And that's not a slide bait setup there. I wish it was, but slide baiting is definitely something that if you want to get more distance, or you're fishing places like Pensacola where you can't reach the far side of the bar unless you cast 100 yards. I think a lot of people would be surprised how far you can cast a naked 5-ounce sinker first, and then slide a bait down. So
I've always been really interested in slide bait.
Is that a lot of pier fishing, but we do it in the surf too. Yes, it's automatic. It's fun.
That sounds cool.
It's a really cool that we learned it when we went to Cali a couple of years ago in December, and it was like they were catching whites and makos slide baiting from the beach, like casting. And I was like, "Are you serious?" And the dude showed me, and I was just like, "This is one of those things." It was like, "Oh, your left foot in front of your right foot. That makes so much sense. You know, why wouldn't you do that?"
So that's interesting. Slide baiting is something I've always been interested in, but I know guys like up at the East Coast, North Carolina, stuff like that, do it off the piers. You bait out farther and stuff. But to me, I always thought doing it in the surf around here, you're only going to get out so far before that bait just kind of rests. You know what I mean? So
it's going to hit the bottom at a certain angle. You're gonna want a bigger rod, and you're gonna have to work your action a little bit more. That's why the pier guys do it a little bit better. And then that's where, you know, certain spots where you get deeper water quicker. You know, Navarre is going to be a place for that. And if you hit the guts, you know, like Pensacola and Navarre have, you know, you can hit a little bit further than, you know, normal traditional shark rig, I'm only chunking that joker, you know, 30 yards. So, but I don't have all the rocks in my pocket. So
and it's funny too. A lot of, you know, you mentioned Navarre. I don't know if many folks know, but that trough between the first and second bar is about 12 foot deep. So if you can get out to just in front of the second bar, you know what I mean? And cast,
it's gonna have a lift.
You got a good 12, and there are some big sharks right in that area.
I mean, it's a highway, and it's going to be a highway for other things as well too. I mean, you want your big redfish or just something different, you know. So I think that's something that could have some benefit in the area, or just be something different. You know, I'm one of those guys that I don't get bored. I think I just get like, that's my challenge. You know, maybe it's not the fishing as much as like, here's a new technique, and then I try it and I'm like, this is crap. You know, maybe I'll come back in a couple of weeks and be like, slide baiting doesn't work here. Don't do it. But I think it's an interesting thing for people to try out for sure. So it works a little bit in certain areas. So
is that how it looks like Blaine, right?
Yeah, that's Blaine with an absolutely massive
Blaine's
huge
I love that kid.
stingray.
Oh yeah, he's a go-getter. Yeah, he was like, you know, the people were like taking pictures of it and stuff, and they're like, put it on the ground. You know, I'm like, we need to get it back in. But I was like, Blaine, go pick that thing up. He's like, all right, salad. I don't know if you guys saw Brad's real video today, but
I did.
He paid Blaine to eat that Spanish eyeball, so he'll do a few things.
Yeah, I saw that. Hey, how much to go eat this fish eyeball? And he's like $30, and he's like, Brad's like, okay, done.
Dude, I walked away for 5 minutes. I've been hanging out with him all day. I was gone for 5 minutes, and Brad's got him eating an eyeball.
You can't do that with Brad. You cannot leave Brad unsupervised. Nothing good happens when you leave Brad.
I know. I was like, dude, leave my guy alone, Brad. You're gonna get him sick or something. So, no, Blaine's healthy. Blaine's good to go. So, but yeah, there's not too much else. But yeah, definitely if I you know, the slide baiting would be something to check out, but the surface iron for your offshore people, that's another West Coast thing that'll be cool. So last thing I'll leave you guys with is I finally got, I don't know, you guys, I call him a Mako, you know, like I'm like one of those guys that lives in the past, long time ago, but I finally, took me forever, but I got my jaws back.
You got it.
And so I sent him to a kid who's actually coming to work for us. He's from Idaho. So he's coming all the way from Idaho, basically selling everything and moving. He's going all in with us.
Wow.
And he did my jaws. And it was cool when he got done with my jaws. I don't know how well it's going to show up on the camera here, but you see this right here?
Yeah,
that little spot.
He said while he was cleaning the jaws on this fish, he found another hook that looks like a long line hook from what I can frame, but it was basically lodged in its jaw, and the jaw healed around that hook spot. So that was pretty cool. This guy had been hooked before, but that I finally got these things back, and it's kind of embarrassing how long I worked on them. And then I got halfway done and was like, okay, someone else take them. Yeah, it's a cool story. So some of those guys, like the Kobe we got the other day, had 3 liters in its mouth when we were cleaning it, and I was like, man. So that I guess if I sign off with you guys on that, there's your premise of going light, horsing them versus light tackle is, you know, maybe find a good balance, because we found some fish, I'm sure you guys have as well, that have some losers in it, but I'm sure there's plenty of my jigs in fish's mouth as well. So,
but you've caught a Mako, so you have forever bragging on that.
Well, I tell you, we were your first guy talking about snook. The new guy, and he was saying, you know, this, how we're seeing stuff here that's different. I have 100%, 110% our fishery is changing. There's things that I can talk about forever that are weird. You know, the manta ray video we got in the fall where I had 9-10 manta rays that were 15, 16 foot wide wingspans. We're seeing more great whites from the beach in the wintertime than we ever have, you know, 5-6 a season, which is weird. And then we're seeing some odd stuff offshore. And I don't think, you know, the fishery is changing, but I think the things that we're going to see, and I think whites are going to be one that are really weird, is not going to go away. And things are, with that comes regulation changes, right? Like someone's going to have to address, if snook become a thing, that's going to have to be addressed. If, you know, in California right now, they follow a whole different handbook of how they deal with federally protected species, because if you go there and shark fish, or you go there and fish at all, white sharks are almost a bycatch. It's like, you know, it's like hardheads for us. They're like, I'm trying to catch a thresher, white sharks stay away from my bait kind of thing. And I don't think it's going to be that uncommon that, you know, FWC is going to have to start being more like, this is what you do when you catch a white shark, not, oh my gosh, you caught a white shark. You know, it's going to be like, okay, good. These are the steps. And so there's a lot of cool things that, you know, it's just, we're blessed to live in this area for sure. And there's cool things to come around and change. And I think we're going to witness them next 5 years. So
yeah, absolutely. You know, Phil Hollinsworth and I had this exact same conversation, Salt Squatch, the other day. What an awesome fishery we live in, but the way things are changing and stuff like that, there's also going to be a lot more regulations that we're going to see that are going to be dropping on certain species that you never would have thought, you know?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, we talk about all the time, and I know, like someone was saying, the Panhandle guys do it best, and it is one big community. But I tell my thing is tell me a place where you can go catch a yellowfin tuna, a blue marlin, swordfish, then you can catch a mako and a white from the beach. You're still going to have one of the best pompano fisheries. You can slide inshore and get trout, redfish, drum. I mean, in a year's time, almost my entire bucket list is checked. And the only thing I have to do is I have to go to California to get my thresher shark. That's it. So but yeah, we get the tarpon and sails and all of it. So very lucky for sure. But it's a cool area. So
Dylan, don't forget, with all the fish you've been catching, hopefully I know you have all the pictures. Don't forget to get on with Catch a Florida Memory and try to get that 50 lifetime list thing done, dude.
Yeah, with as much fishing as you do, man.
What is this? Is that what I just...
Hold on. Let me get my notepad. Where are we going at?
Oh, really? All right. So for those of you,
knowledge, Brian.
So if any of you if you haven't heard of this yet, if you're in Florida, we have a great program called Catch a Florida Memory. It's kind of like for travelers in a way, and kids is another thing that they're really marketing at. But in reality, it's for everybody that lives in Florida to document your catches. They do giveaways for different sizes. They'll do different ones for other species. And they also have lists for, hey, you can lifetime catch 30, list. You can get this. You know, it's a lifetime list is 50 right now, if I'm not mistaken. And there's 5, I think it's 5 captains. There's 5 people that are on that list. Only 5. Oh, wow. So that's I know awesome. You've caught a ton of fish. So if you were to go to catchafloridamemory.com and look up the lifetime 50 lists or any of the other lists on there, you might just find yourself checking off a bunch of things saying, we need to talk.
Here's my photo proof.
That's cool. I mean, it's the same thing as this stupid surface iron that I'm showing you guys. It's like my brain is like constantly like, okay, I got a yellowfin, that's cool, let's go get a swordfish. And it's like, we've never swordfished before. Well, let's figure it out and let's go. And then you catch a swordfish and it's like, all right, this season, if we don't get a blue marlin, if we don't get a white marlin, I'm gonna like lose it. And as soon as you get it, it's like, all right, where are we flying to next? So I'm a big species guy. I absolutely love it. And so that's really cool. I appreciate you sharing that as well. So
you're very welcome. It's a great program, and especially for kids and all that one. But we all have our ways of keeping our memories, and it's just a great program all around. That they're growing. It's not as big as I'd like to say. I'm getting more information on it as we speak. As times working with Allison from Real Love to try to learn more. They've got a big over here on the East Coast. They're really well versed in it. We don't have a ton of it in the Panhandle, but hopefully we will soon.
Yeah, well, we need to start talking. Then we'll all start chatting about it, and we'll get some traction on it. So.
Dylan, I'm over 30. My dad's at 29, baby. Let's go.
Nice.
I didn't think you looked a day over 28. Come on now.
There's some good stuff, man. So, take a look when you get time.
All righty. Shoot, well, I appreciate you guys.
Good seeing you, brother.
Thanks for coming on.
So glad.
All right, y'all.
Seeing you again.
Yes, sir. Of course.
Later, man. Awesome.
Always good to see Dylan.
Heck yeah, man.
All right.
It was great seeing him on the beach that day.
Yeah, it really was. It really, really was. Let me see here. All right, so I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to remove that because I'm not up first. Well, I guess I can.
You can. I got to send this.
All right, so we'll go to my happy scroll. All right, so let's see here. Let's start with the really sad one.
Oh, sad. I don't like sad. What's going on here?
Oh, where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
Was this the sarcasm picture?
It is. It's not here now.
At the top. Is that the top?
Nope.
Real time. I don't like
I know where to get it.
Okay. I'll answer questions while you're in there. Let's see what we got here. Mark Burford, thanks for joining in, buddy. Good luck tomorrow. I know you're fishing the tournament as well. You'll be up there. JC Peoples, just noticed y'all were on. Come on, it's 7:30 every night or every Friday night. We're on at the same time. Just messing with you, buddy. Welcome. Thanks for joining in. Cliff Gardner, I met Chip and he would put his arm around me and me thinking he was over the top of the head. He's just saying Chip's a big guy. He's tall.
It's strategically placed to make me look a little smaller today.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was reading this out loud and I'm like, this doesn't make sense at all. Why is Chip
2
going
feet
to
in
run
front
the
of
top of your head?
This is something coming up. Gulf Breeze Optimist Club, 47th annual family fishing rodeo from the May 14th to May 15th. If you'd like the information, Gulf Breeze Bait and Tackle is the ones to get in touch with on that good program right there. And Mark, Mark, you have it on yours? Okay.
Yeah,
I'll go to yours.
30A light tackle or 30A light tackle. Maybe.
Oh, is it on that one? Okay. You knew exactly what I was going for, so.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, if you guys haven't been to his page yet, you really should. Okay, so all these catches, like the guy.
Maybe it's not that one. Maybe it's his personal page.
All right,
my bad. You
done.
were right. I screwed you up.
Ugh.
My fault.
It's like we're amateur hour, also known as me.
I think it's the Captain Morgan's that's doing it. I don't know. Maybe.
All right, so this evil, horrible, disgusting, disturbing, angry. I've got so many words, but I don't want to use them. All right, 2022 is going to be a record year for sargassum in the Gulf of Mexico. Below is a report from Doctor Who, along with graphics showing the historical sargassum concentrations. All right, so sargassum, let's be honest. Is it a good thing? Yeah, it is. It's the water replenishing. It's the same thing with the June grass. Do we hate it? Absolutely. Yeah. As you can see here, April, look at the concentrations, and just follow all the way through. So here was 2019, 2020, 21, 22. There's South America. Gulf. There's a nice little chop. And here we are. So I'm sorry, everybody. It's just something we're going to have to deal with. So if you're a sport fisherman, now would be a wonderful time to start learning about the inshore game. Really,
and that's, well, you got to wait till June for the Coastal Angler article to come out. But there may be something in there from about inshore fishing.
Did you and I write the same article?
Oh, tell me we didn't.
I'll have to send you mine after.
or maybe we did. That's how much in sync we are.
It wouldn't shock me. I lost all my saves. There to go.
Time to move to the East Coast. Absolutely, yeah. Mark. Actually, we'll be over there in July for ICAST.
Yes, we will.
Yeah.
All right. Strictly Business dropped some really good images, and apparently I saved his page and I didn't save his post. That's really smart because you know that's what I do. Oh, I am having such a rough day. All right.
Talk afterwards.
Here we go. Cheyenne did what Cheyenne does. She makes her mouth.
Always does.
It's like just sadness. Every time I see this, I always think of like, yep, this is why I'll never be skinny. Yeah, well, partially. So as you can see, she just crushed it up. Got after it with the tortellini, and that damn her and her sauces, man. Oh, nice, real nice. So on that Spanish Mac, that was a great catch, and she turned it into a feast as always. Bun doing what Bun does, which is also known as bringing doormats home.
Yeah,
Bun is an amazing flounder. I mean, Bun is a great fisherman in general.
I was going to say, Bun's an amazing fisherman in general.
Yeah, he is. He just really gets after it. He has offered us a couple times to go out with him to go get these wonderful doormats, and I will go. But yes, Bun really been getting after it. He's had a couple of good flounders. This one is. Why are you not loading? Did you delete your post? All right. So for those of you that also know, we have a certain other captain.
What are you talking about? What are you doing?
Oh, okay. That text wasn't supposed to come through. Oh my gosh. Sean Lawless has from the Lawless Tide has a giveaway going on. It's not letting me open it for some reason, but if you go over to his page, he has a giveaway from Frisky Fins, Fish Bites, and some other good stuff. So go take a look at that. Once he gets to, I believe it's 10,000. He is going to do that giveaway.
10,000.
All right. Come on.
There you go.
They got after it. We talked a little bit on them, but I mean, you guys can see it. The proof's in the pudding. Cliff, stop texting me.
I'm working, damn it.
Like, you know I'm on. Like, you see my face.
Yeah.
Great fish. Great job out there. I saw this one and I was like, why does that look fake? But, you know, the angles. But he got on some great fish. That was a wonderful trip, it looks like. They had a great time. And today was a rough day of catching. That was yesterday. Jesse got on with some pompano. The reason I loved this one, watercolor, as you can see, you know, we got that weird tinge, but he had to fight the grass. And as you can see, it was a fight. So he got after it, got on him, and I got to commend you. You know, you stuck with it. You really got after it. That was great stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's a couple of those guys that got out there, and I forget who it was. It's, you know, got all the grass all around it. It's like, nah, don't come out here and fish. And he had a limit, and it was great. Let's go to this one. Luckiest catch of my life from the surf. Don't go to YouTube. That's not what I wanted. Anyway,
YouTube.
got a cobia from the surf on a Salties Pompano rig, Chris Kyle. So great there. Half Hitch in Navarre's got a full stock of Salties Pompano rigs are back in.
Nice.
All right, let's see what we got here. Well, FishTime. Why do these? I guess yours did the same thing mine did. This was supposed to be Brad's post on all his things. We got out the other night, shameless plug there, but for Rob Rogue Reels for his leaders, got out there the other night, caught some nice sharks, as well as I always use 6-ounce the Sinker Guy Sputniks on all my shark rigs when I go drop. So that was a nice one right there that we brought in the other night. So that was great. Sharks are chewing, and they are in close here in the Panhandle. So you can go out and really have some fun with some chopped up mullet or mullet head. You did that one already, so I'll jump down here. Little action from the beach. This here is Braden Baker with a nice redfish he caught out there last week. Little action on the beach there.
Braden doing what Braden does.
Yes, he does. Braden always seems to find the big fish, and that's
he gets the reds. It's like he's a glue to them.
And look at that. I mean, the tail on that, kind of the blue with the black. I mean, that's a beautiful redfish. Great job, Braden. Good job, buddy. That's an awesome fish. Another one from Say Wind Charters. Another 40+ snapper day. Look, you know, Captain Chris told us when he was on here last week or 2 weeks ago, bucktail jigs, man.
Getting it done
down there. Nice grouper. Nice trigger he's got there. Some snapper.
Is that a mingo?
Group. Yeah. Great trip there.
That's some big mingos.
Yeah, he was.
I love mingo. Mingo's like whiting to me. It's so good.
He was on it. Tell Cliff to stop texting you.
That one's not Cliff. I just realized who was texting me on that one. I was like, oh.
Mr. Britt Harsh, met him at the weigh-in. See, this is another great thing about the weigh-ins and the tournaments. You get to meet a lot of the folks that you see out here. Rough conditions, but managed a double up there. So at least, you know, brought dinner home. That was good. And then what other ones do I have on here? Oh, Mr. Blaine.
Oh, yeah.
So Blaine went and hit the jetties.
Nope.
Took a little injury. Be careful when you're on the jetties. But look at that. That's an awesome GI jig.
What rig is that?
That would be one of those GI jigs that we have 10% off if you use discount code PFR. You can get yourself a couple of them.
Those things are great, man. They turn and burn real fast.
Yeah,
again,
look at that Spanish. I mean, that's an awesome Spanish.
I'll be the first one to admit I am terrified of the jetties for that reason right there, falling, and I'm not exactly I'm a medium extra husky person. So the idea of you having to carry my fat ass out scares me. But yeah, it was a great catch, Blaine. Seriously, great job out there with that.
We're all good there. So yeah, quick little scroll tonight. Get through all that.
Yeah.
And good show.
Yeah, good show. Always good catching up with you. It's like, I don't see you something.
Mark Burford says big in time. Absolutely. That's my shark rod right there, man. The Battle 3 10,000 on there with the Go Mexis knob. It horses them right in, brings them in. I run them out with the RC Surfer. It's great.
Oh man. And you got those special rigs that are doing it. So it's all, everything's working out real well with that. And we talked about last week, the big catches with Salt Squatch catching the scalloped hammer. We're still seeing good sharks. We're still seeing good fish caught. And I'll be the first one to say it, as much as I hate to say it. Hey, with these times of change, with the grass, all the things that are going to be happening. Look, I get it. Some of us don't want to leave the surf. I never want to leave the surf, but you're going to have to step out of your comfort zone. And it's time to go into the inshore piece and start playing around a little. Take a look at the Facebook groups. If you have a kayak and you're kind of nervous about kayaking and you're in the local area, Emerald Coast Kayak Group on Facebook is extremely friendly, and they routinely post out, hey, I'm going fishing. Who wants to go? I've been invited out a few times, and I haven't gone, and I'm sorry. But this is going to be that time to do it. So really, it's time to play the game a little bit, move it out, get out of your comfort zone. It's okay. It really is.
One rod, one jig head, and a bag of soft plastics, and you can walk the grass flats here in Navarre to Pensacola, Panama City, and you can tear up the trout this time of year.
Or a fly rod.
Or a fly rod, absolutely. Definitely a fly rod, actually. But go out there, walk the grass flats. There's plenty of spots you can get into. Just walk and just enjoy the day. Enjoy getting out there. Enjoy throwing a jig and soft plastic, and you will definitely catch trout out here. The grass flats are about to be on fire this time of year. But I like catching the big ones though. I would. I think I would go on the backside of some local park and throw for sharks and in deep water. That's what I would do.
Some shark.
What's that?
Some place, some park.
Some place close by and catch some nice sharks. So, Donnie, looking forward to you coming down here, buddy. We'll get you out there and get you on some big sharks as well. Because it's going to be that time of year. And we're going to have fun.
Absolutely. I will message you when I get back. We will get that one done.
Yeah, absolutely. So don't forget, go visit all of our sponsors, go give them some love, and order some rigs and jigs and all that good stuff. Go Cowboys, right, Cliff? What's he doing?
Yeah.
It's like that's anyway, appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. We'll be back next Friday night. Don't forget to share out Panhandle Fishing Report, this episode, on your wall. Make sure it's public, and then you will go into the drawing next week for the GI Jigs giveaway.
Got anything fun? Anything you want to throw?
What you got, Cliff?
Special guest, as I'm in the sinker guy garage.
Slide rigging. Do not put 2 on when the one hasn't been hit because you thought it might be gone.
Oh,
good call.
Just one.
Just one.
You put 2 on, you got to fight. They're going like this. Whoa, whoa.
We're gonna have to talk later because I'm thinking you may have tried this for tarpon already.
I'm not going to say it online.
No, that's what I said. We're going to talk after this, and we're going to talk about that. So stick around. Don't go anywhere. Yeah. All right, folks. As always, join us next week. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Until next week, here's the outro.
Yeah.